Hey loves, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chrisanna and I like to do makeup here on my YouTube channel. So if you end up liking this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video too. So I did do a previous video on the Nyx Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland eyeshadow palette, and I played around more with like these shades right here, like the maroons. But I think this time I really want to play with the greens, because last time I just kind of fell in love with the greens, and I really love greens, especially on my green eyes. So I think that's what we're going to do for this video. So I'm going to jump right in. I've already got my eyebrows done. So next I'm going to prime my eyes. For that I'm using the Revolution concealer. This is in the shade C2. I take my little tiny beauty sponge and blend that in. So what's been up lately with you guys? I know this summer for me has been kind of boring. Our town fair actually closed, so that really sucks, which it used to be a 3-day event, and then at the last day, which was on a Saturday, they would show fireworks. And then I know a couple other towns in my county have closed their fairs down too, so that really stinks. But I think we are going to go to Knoebels next weekend, just because my daughter is 3 and she wants to be able to do stuff like that. And the COVID has ruined a lot of stuff for us this summer. So now that I have my eyes primed, we're going to go into the palette, and the first shade I'm going to pick up is going to be Montreux. And I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not really sure. And for that, I'm going to use a Jessup Luxe All Over Shader Brush. Just going to pack this all over my lid. Now I'm going to pick up this shade right here called Slope. Using a Jessup Luxe Crease Brush. This is going to go a little above my crease. Just doing this very light-handedly because I don't want to put too much pigment on just yet. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Mountain. For that, I'm using a Brush by Energy, and that's going to go directly into my crease. So stamping that right on the outer V as well. And I do not want this video to be super long like the last one. I think the last one was like 20-some minutes. I mean, started out at like over an hour, and then I had to edit for like a couple hours, and it ended up being only 20 minutes, but that's still a long time. Short time, of course, compared to an hour, but still a very long time. Okay, guys, now I think I'm going to go bold with the color. I'm going to pick up the shade Matterhorn. Using an Essential Crease Brush by Real Techniques. Just going to run this up along where I put that green. So what I'm mainly trying to do with this orange is get it right above there and working back and forth, just blending. That way we don't see too much of a harsh line. So I'm still trying to debate if I want to do the green shimmer or if I want to do like this silvery, but then there's this like rose gold silvery color too, and I can't really decide which shimmer I want to do. I'm actually going to take Glacier Express. Using a flat brush by MSQ, I'm going to put this on 3/4 on my lid. So the pigment is there, but I'm actually going to spray my brush. So when I spray my brush, what I do is I dip the brush, and then for that I'm using the NYX Dewy Finish Spray, and then just getting it a little bit wet applies that shadow a lot better. I'm actually liking that Glacier Express a lot better than I thought I would. Now moving on to the other eye, of course, spraying again. Wow, it's so much more pigmented, and just like it just like pops when you get the brush wet. I'm actually just going to go ahead and clean that brush off. And I really just can't help myself, so I'm going to go into Mount Riggy, screen right here. And that is going to go directly over the color Glacier Express. I want to see how it would look on top of one another. And as I thought it would, it looks absolutely stunning. Now I'm going to take my Jessup Luxe Soft Definer brush back into Mountain, get that directly back into the crease. And then once again, I'm going to go back into Matterhorn using that same Real Techniques brush. Just once again, right around those edges. Okay, and I think that is done for the eyes. I'm not really sure if I want to do a little bit of liner. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. And then I want to do lashes, but I don't know because I'm still not that great. And it takes me literally like 30 minutes to get on 2 false eyelashes, which is like absolutely absurd. Like I'm still really not good at it. And I really don't want to ruin this eye look. And I don't want this video to take forever. So I think I'm just going to go with some mascara. So sorry. Please forgive me. So for lashes today, let's hope I can get this name right. I feel like my tongue always gets twisted when I try to say this. This is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This stuff is amazing. It's $5. They have like 4, maybe 5 other ones. I'm not really sure, but I know this one is really, really good. Now that we're done with the lashes, we're going to move on for face. We will come back to the waterline and do that once all the foundation is on. So for primer today, I'm using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This stuff is super good for filling in pores. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So since I have acrylics on, I usually just kind of take my finger like that and dip it in there. That way I'm not leaving big yucky marks in it. Now you might see people that use primer just on their T-zone, but I like to do mine all over. I just love the way it makes my makeup feel and makes my face feel too. But like I said, you can just put it on your T-zone. If you're more oily in the T-zone, then yes, put it on your T-zone. If you're not, then, you know, do it however you please. For foundation today, I'm using my MAC Studio Sculpt. This is in the shade NC25. And for my sponge today, this is actually new, something I haven't ever tried before, and that's the Real Techniques sponge. And I've heard so many great things about this, but I personally have not tried it. This is my first time. For some reason, I'm noticing right off the bat that it is sucking up a lot of my foundation. And I put extra foundation on too today just because I do have a couple blemishes over here. So I probably don't need to, but I'm actually going to add another coat just where I have blemishes. Just to see if we can get them covered up a little more. For concealer, I'm using my Revolution. This is in the shade C2. Using that same Real Techniques sponge. To set that, I'm going with my Airspun. This is in the shade Translucent. Taking my powder brush by Profusion. So today I'll be bronzing, and for that I'm going to use my NYX Cosmetics contour kit. So I'm going to be taking this shade and this shade, mixing the two together just to warm up my face a little bit. For that I'm using my wooden handled brush by Key Loaf. For me personally, I've been liking to keep my contour or even bronzer up higher on my cheekbone, because if you ever notice, if you contour, you know, straight down from the top of your ear, it drags itself down. So for me personally, I've been liking to keep it up a little higher so it doesn't drag itself down throughout the day. For blush today, I'll be using the Milani blush. This is in the shade Coral Clove. I'm just using a powder brush that I got at Walmart. Putting a little bit on my nose as well. For highlight today, I've actually been loving this, and it's only $1. It's the LA Colors highlighter. Being $1, this stuff is pretty good, you guys. Taking my Cheek Pro highlighting brush. So now we're going to go back to the bottom lashes, and I'm going to go back into that BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to take the shade Mountain. Using a detailed shader brush by Jessup. I'm going to get that as closest to the lash line as I can. It didn't work too well. I guess I should have used a more detailed brush because it was kind of a little too thick, but we will make do. Now I'm going to go back in with that Matter Tint Orange shade using that same Real Techniques brush. My brush a little bit and just going to run it right under that green. I just absolutely love the way that orange and green pair together. I think it looks so beautiful. Gonna go back on my mascara and get those lower lashes. So to set all that, I'm going on my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Now for lips, I have absolutely been loving this combo. This is the e.l.f. lip liner in the shade Tea Rose, L'Oreal Infallible. This is in the shade Candyman. This lip liner is even great, even paired up with just a lip gloss as well. Okay guys, and I think this is the finished look. I will give you a close-up. So I have to say, I really am loving this green look. Like I said again, I do love green looks. And once again, this was from the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland eyeshadow palette. I paid $8 for this on their website. I did get it half off. So originally it is $16. But if you ever go into BH Cosmetics, you know that most of their stuff is always on sale. So yeah, I think this is officially done. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this. And if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know in the comment box below what you guys think. If there's any cool eyeshadow palettes out there, let me know and I will definitely get them and do a look for you guys. If there's any new eyeshadow palettes to the market, let me know. Yeah, if there's anything cool that you guys like that you think I might like, let me know in the comments down below. I want to thank you for tuning in and I'll see you in my next video.